Beautiful, beautiful welcome to all of us, all of you who are tuning with us today on this equinox beautiful portal day. Of course, it depends where you are, if it's like the fall or the spring. Um, did I say it right? Fall, spring? Yes. Equinox, but anyhow, it is really a very powerful day, and therefore we prepared a beautiful um, constellation and came together to just bring through some more information, energetic streams, and just a powerful light coach transmission. And today I'm really, with all my heart and love, welcoming firstly to Egypt, to Giza Syed Adli from the Golden Journey, yes, collection, and as well Paul W. Carey, of course, as well with him. Hello to Egypt, and then of course a very beautiful welcome to our other powerful part in this transmission, and this is to Bill Holman and Mitchell Hedges' original crystal skull to the States. Hello. Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome.
welcome. Yeah, excited for this beautiful moment and blessings to be able to come together at this time. So I'm ready.
Wonderful. I think we're all ready for this upgrade. And I would say that probably everyone who tuned in today with us feeling similar, that just so much is happening in a very short time regarding an energetic upgrade, new information, consciousness expansion, like everything is truly just speeding up. And we do understand that this just means that we are ready and just about to make another quantum leap for humanity and with humanity and on Gaia with Gaia. And where to
I was
start?
going to say, Gabby, just at the moment, I was just going to say welcome from the inside. Just hopefully you can get the background behind us. I just wanted to go through. We've got over on this side, we've got the Great Pyramid just behind there. Then we've got Catholic behind us. Probably just about there, you'll probably be able to make out the Sphinx. And on the other side, we've got Menakor as well with this lovely sunset, the end of a lovely, beautiful, another Egyptian day here in Giza. So, okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, and that's exactly why we are bringing as well this point of anchoring in. Because, of course, many know that Egypt is a very powerful portal on the planet since ages, ancient times, and even beyond the accounting, because it's really holding as well a powerful key point for higher information stream. And when I say higher information stream, that it's really the expansion, the guardianship of the higher mind. And that's why we can always say that when we speak about Egypt, that it's a very spiritual input coming from that, because it was basically and still is the guardianship space for bringing in the expansion for our higher divine intellect, for the cosmic stream, for the spiritual development, which of course it's very important on our journey in and on Gaia, because it's not only, of course, to embody the love and be connected with Gaia, but as well to be that advanced divine being and anchoring this as well on our human journey. And to bring in this transmission, firstly, I'm going to just explain a little bit or share what I received as information, why at all I was then called to bring us all together in this constellation for this transmission, is that the grid system for the new Earth is already in the process through our own development. And this means that everything and anything which is existing, so this means also the other dimensional worlds, the planetary grid system, everything is supporting us to actually attune together in, to merge together and collaborate again as we did a long, long time ago. So it wasn't in that time yet the separation that everyone had its own wisdom or knowledge and only maybe accessible for particular, but everything, the source within, and Gaia is inviting us, particular now as well, through the beautiful merge of the opposite, which is now with the equinox opening too, that we connect. And connecting back will actually open up the endless states of our being, these endless creations, which we will reactivate again within us and bring in so much more joy to exist and to collaborate, and not anymore needing to be in a constant fight or in a constant, not just separation, but even hiding. So that we are bringing everything now more and more, the energies are bringing more and more everything to the light, and bringing it to the light as well. Egypt has a guardianship because there's as well the blue, the throat, and it's as well bringing in the divine truth, divine order. And because, of course, many of you know about the fall of Atlantis, there was a huge split happening regarding as well before even the fall, that the love for power overtook more again the power interest than actually constant development of and evolution for humanity. So this was much more than in the interest to have more power rather than collectively share and go into this expansion. And this basically, through this transmission, we're also gonna bring our contribution to it with the light codes that we can support and activate particular parts of this today through this powerful transmission, and with Bill as the guardian as well from the beautiful crystal skull, because everything what we're doing today here was as well inspired through the 12 original founder races, and they are as well connected with the wisdom and the light technology of the crystal skulls, and so much more. But actually now I would like to as well pass on firstly maybe to Egypt, and to just share what are you actually feeling regarding this transmission, or as well with the portal right now with Egypt.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome. Happy Equinox.
Happy Equinox to everyone.
Welcome.
And as we said before, we are today in Equinox day, harvest, green, connection with God, Hazur, because he's green. And we are in very important location. Couple thousand of years here. It was the water stay around us, move around us, around the pyramid. Because as we know, we are now in the Giza pyramid plateau, and we are a very important power area around Earth. And here is the center. For me, the center of the Earth. From here, we are sending the energy to every places around Earth. Then we are here in the Giza pyramid, King Khufu, the great one. Second one behind the us, King Khafra. And third one, Mankaura. And Mankaura, it is very special even for me because it is my home. There where I born back of these pyramids. And all of Giza pyramid, as we know, is about 14 million stones. The Great Pyramid just 2,700,000 stones, but the cover, it is different stones. It's a lime all stone, but the cover you can find granite or basalt or reflection of the white stones to the top. And if we talk about the Great Pyramid today, we will talk about how building and why building and for what building. For me, I trust the pyramid. It was like it's a divine machine for our healing, for our conscience, for all earth. Because if you look the name of the Great Pyramid, it will be between the horizon. He speak about the god Amun-Ra. If we look the name of the second one, called shiny to be shiny, because the reflection of the light behind us in the daytime give a silver, afternoon give a gold, because this is how the reflection of the stone of the pyramids. And for me, all pyramids, all temples have a connection with a higher consciousness, with a higher electromagnetium drops to connection with all around us, even in Egypt or outside Egypt or all ancient around us. And as we said here, now the time for harvest, mean harvest for Egyptian ancient, the Nile. Because the Nile is very important, because the Nile also is connection with God Khanum, and the Khanum is the god of the water of the Nile, who are the created the child from the sand of the Nile. And as we said, all area it was around us in the water at inside the Giza pyramid. And from here, we are very important day. We are seeing the love, the light, the energy to everyone around Earth. Because I would love to say to people, welcome to Egypt. Why welcome to Egypt? Why pyramids? Because pyramids really, it have a change it with everyone. They will give you higher changes in your life. For my client, or for my people I know them, or for my people I meet him, I'm 44 years, I work in this area, you know. Then I meet many higher people, many thousands of people, and all what I see changing, all what I see cleaning, all what I see love and rise as God among us. Then from here, as we said, we send it all higher frequency energy, consciousness to our earth, and welcome to go inside the machine of the healing, machine of the changing that is the pyramid. We didn't want to say it is a holy or the gods or whatever, but what I believe and I trust, even just you see the pyramid or touch the pyramid, many things it will change it in your life. Then welcome to everyone, and love and life for everyone.
Thank you, Syed. That was great. Syed touched on some very important points. I appreciate that. In that many individuals feel a calling to travel to many places around the planet. We call the holy hotspots, places like Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, Egypt. Egypt is the center of the landmass in the whole area. And we find that the reason behind the sacred spots that people go to, when in connection with the crystal skulls, is that the crystal skull holds the divine, what was the blueprint, I tend to refer it as the gold print, of the original consciousness of the 𝐷𝐃𝐑𝐃𝐈𝐀𝐍𝐒 human consciousness before the fall. Our original consciousness before it became degraded, before it became more dense, right? And the skulls, there were 12 skulls that were created to hold that original consciousness, what's known as the 12 around the one. Jesus had 12 disciples around the 13th. This is one of the important number, the 13th. And there are 12 skulls in order to hold different aspects of consciousness from which we as individuals, as humans, become the center. We connect, the whole idea is to connect with each of those skulls through any one of those particular skulls. In this case today, we're very lucky and we're very honored to have Bill with us and Catherine as well, in order to bring us direct communication with the Mitchell Hedges skull, the crystal skull, to allow us to connect with that consciousness while we're here situated in Egypt, the center of all the holy hotspots around the planet, in order to make that connection with consciousness directly, right? The 12 skulls, and to connect with those different aspects of us. Now, one of the purposes of going to the different sacred sites, in particular to Egypt, is because we have a physical body. When we connect with consciousness, that's at one level of our being. But going to a particular location, in particular to Egypt, is to take your physical body to an area that will allow it to expand its vibrational frequency in order to start taking on the conscious awareness of the higher aspects contained in the skulls.
This is the foundation. It is a crystal also.
Yes.
If you are digging about
Yeah.
couple of feet, you will find maximum of the foundation of the Giza pyramid. It's from the crystal.
Okay.
Not just the Giza pyramid, but all West Bank, from Giza to Upper Egypt. And I have a mini experience about that. Then the ground foundation of the Giza pyramid are in Egypt,
Okay.
or the West Bank is from the crystal stones.
So,
From the
Syed,
crystal.
just to reiterate that what the skull is made of is crystal, silicon oxide. And the foundation, the bedrock of the Giza Plateau and around the area is quartz. So the very thing that's in the crystal is actually embedded, that we find in the granite that's used in the buildings, contains quartz. Very, very high quantities of quartz. Limestone contains the quartz. If we go into England, you've got the Avebury and you've got Stonehenge, they contain quartz. But each of those hold frequency. And this is the importance of going to these holy hotspots, these sacred sites, particularly with Egypt, which are cited as the machine in order for you to enter the Great Pyramid, enter the sarcophagus in the King's Chamber, the center of the pyramid, which creates a focal point of quartz. 80% of the planet is quartz.
And
it holds frequency.
And we say always touch the ground.
Yeah.
Touch the ground.
Touching the ground,
Yes.
touching the rocks, so that we ourselves, our bodies, start to energize with the frequency of the location and the skulls, right? So the purpose of the crystal skulls is to hold on to that higher levels of consciousness, lest we forget in our journey through from the fall after Atlantis, through duality to this point, that we can once again reconnect with that highest part of us in physical form, the crystalline light being. And that is the purpose of the skulls, which are there to hold the higher aspect. And with Egypt, the machine that allows you to trigger those higher aspects within the physical form. Okay, thank you, Gabby.
Thank you, Paul. And Bill, how would you actually see this change now happening, and why did you feel as well the call now to step in and support this transmission with your crystal skull?
Well, I believe this is more destined than anything. It's not just something that happened, and we're here together at a time where we can make a difference in the world. And like it said, the skull is about remembering. It helps us to remember who and what we are, going back into the way back in the past. And so you feel with the skull, they say like universal love, but really it is the love from the Creator that's coming through the skull, and we are remembering who and what we were, and we're being able to wake up to that, our full power and God beings that we all are. And at that point, that is part of our new ascension, and this timeline is right and perfect for us, especially to come together today at this sacred site. And I'd like to with the meditation, we're going to go into the King's Chamber with the skull, and we're going to open up the energy that has been held back and locked, and we're going to open it up. That will continue not just with the main pyramid, but it's going to go to all the pyramids all over the world, even the ones we don't know, under the sea, wherever they're at. And they're going to make that connection, because each one of them have this grid lines going through. So they're all connected at all times. And so it's a real joy. And when we come together as a group now, the skull will form a light around all of us, putting us in this ring. So wherever you're at, we're together, and we'll go together to do this, to do the work. So it's beautiful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bill. And as well, just a little bit of me, that as well, before we actually form this beautiful constellation, it's of course always higher guidance and higher selves already connect before the time, before it then manifests. But just to say that for me, clearly through what I received through my multidimensional channel as well, the information stream was that actually before the fall, and again, I said already, the love for power was already so huge that actually the consciousness went in a bit more distorted direction. And I mean by that actually the meaning of the whole expansion, which is as well including Gaia, our physicality, our human self, was basically just put to the back burner, just to have more and more power and that greed of humanity took over. And that's, of course, then it brought a lot of disruption in the energetic grid system of Gaia and created a lot already through that, that it was already destined to go basically into that fall, into that destruction of the whole grid system, and like that as well, of course, the world. And many wise from all of the different tribes and nations, and we can say now high priestesses or just wise shamans from all of the directions, which were the guardians and already could foreseen where this is heading, basically decided to, of course, not to just wait that everything breaks together, but that in and as well with the beautiful connection to Gaia and her wisdom, they knew basically then what to do and how to storage their high information wisdom, because each tribe had different section. And when we go now into our physicality, we could say that each of our chakra system have particular section which they represent, yeah, to develop our expansion as humans. If it's now the sacral and more for the creation, or it's like the throat and more for bringing through the divine truth, etc. So everything has always its purpose in perfection of the divine plan. And therefore, as well, those different tribes and indigenous people and like I said already, their shamans and their high priestess knew about where it's going, where it's heading, therefore seen it. And here the founder racers are coming in now because, of course, who were these high priestess or these wise people or shamans? They were all actually from the lineages, when we go now back of those founder races, if they were now from Lyra, other places, spaces. But just to say that, of course, we never came here to be not equipped for that journey. And everyone plays here their purpose. And that's the beauty now as well of this transmission and of this time, and as well of this equinox time, because we are starting, like I said, to collaborate again, because everyone now in their deepest, basically sacred corners of their selves are understanding that alone there is no pathway anymore. And that was actually the era when this alone part, we can say that now this ego part, which separated and wanted just more and more knowledge, can't survive and can't sustain anymore. The only way is actually now going into that oneness. And that's why we basically need each other. And it's just not just a need, but it's a beauty that we can now combine all our wisdoms and perspectives and everything into this oneness within. And as well, like I said, when this was closed regarding in the pyramids, this higher wisdom flow, this cosmic flow stream, which actually is connected with our higher sacred minds. And it was basically controlled then to not allow it anymore into the whole field, that everyone can expand in their spirituality, in their wisdom, in their high intelligence, divine intelligence. It was controlled, and this control is now as well crumbling, and we are just another circle who are supporting this today, that we are transmuting it even more and through as well. We could say now with this beautiful skull here, with the founder races right now today, and they're all already here gathered waiting for us to collaborate as well, because again, when we connect back to this higher intelligence, then it's not only that we would say we are now victims or someone is overpowering us, but we start to wake up to this bigger divinity within us. But again, we need both parts, because this created the fall. So it's not just about receiving more and more and more informations and more wisdom. Again, that's the tricky part, but that we also together in both sides, which is then the body intelligence, which is the sacred teachings of Gaia, the organic self of us, connects with the cosmic self of us. Yes, so we both need to combine both of these sides, because only this is going into the next stage of evolution of the new Earth human. And this is as well a big part today, what we are actually bringing through. So, okay, I would say that we are ready now for the transmission. And for those who don't know me yet, I'm just bringing through as well light codes through different forms as well, through light language. This is the heart language, the soul language, which everyone and everything which exists, which is basically divine, understands. So try, whoever is today tuning in with us, to just actually receive, because the light language goes directly to your heart and you will understand. It's not something going through the mind stream that you need to analyze word by word what it means, but as well, I would say channeled words and information will come as well through during this transmission. So just be open and allowed to receive, because all who are tuning in already will receive what is meant to be for them and their stage of ascension. So thank you for that.
You want me to set the energy with the skull? Yes, okay. Well, get yourself comfortable in a comfortable position and just relax and put your mind right now in your third eye as you take these slow, deep breaths. And as we do, the skull will connect with the other 12 skulls, and it'll connect now. And you can feel the energy going out wherever they're at, connecting back, connecting back, connecting back, bringing this all together in this light, like a cord that goes around all of us in the center, working together. And as you put your mind on your third eye, just feel the light coming down from the crater, this diamond light coming down from the heavens, and just feel it going down through the top of the skull, through your crown chakra, through your body, through the skull, into the earth. And we're going to send it down deep into the earth, into the heart of the earth. You feel the heart of the mother, the creator, Gaia, and you can feel her great love for all of us. It's so great. And as it's coming back up, bringing it back up, you bring it back up through your feet, to your heart, through the bottom of the skull, into the skull. And now it expands. Feel it expanding. Expand that energy. And we're all coming together. And there's a light now from the skull going from the skull right into your heart. And just feel your whole body lighting up with that love, the light, and the joy. And now as you take your mind and look up with your third eye into the heavens, you can just feel the expansion coming out, the expansion. Now, group, we're all moving up higher and higher into the sky, going up. And as we're there, we have all this love and light we've created, and we're sending it out around the earth, around the earth. And as you send it, just feel the joy and love coming back to each one of us for what we're doing and the guiding of all the guides and the masters that are with us also, all the galactic council members, all those that are here, we bless them also. And now from right, we're coming together and traveling right into Egypt, going right to right there. And at the pyramid, standing outside, you see the door opening for us. And as it opens, it's calling us in and up into the king's chamber. So we're all going together we're taking the crystal with us up into the king's chamber. And this is coming back from an ancient connection and promise that we made way in the past. And we're taking the crystal and we're putting it right on the sarcophagus, right in the sarcophagus. And as that happens, you can feel the energy around you, around the outside. It's just this big force of energy and light coming down. And we're all a part of it. It's all in us and through us. And it's the remembering that we're feeling as we connecting everything back. As this happens, the capstone is being brought back and put on top of the pyramid. And the energy is flowing through it and stronger all the time. Now, the one thing I want to do before you go into the other parts of the meditation, I want to take this crystal key that I have right here, and I'm going to put it into the lock that's going to make a change as we turn the lock and open it. It's a reconnection that we know about. We've felt it for so many centuries. It's going now. It's turning, and the energy is changing, shifting. Oh, the love is so strong. Feel it. And it's the love of the Creator coming through. Gabby, will you take it from here?
Yes. So it's a huge stream coming in. I can see blue and purple as the divine order of the Creator starting to flow again through the higher sacred mind streaming, which is through the unlocking which you just did. Unlock these higher streams in our brain. Yes, and there as well is in our skull. So this means of our head, yes, our skull. I can see inside there is like a crystal star inside, almost like I would say it looks rather like a 12-point star, so like a Merkaba system. It's inside, and this has well been just now touched by this stream, by this blue purple stream of the divine order. Yes, this is as well connected with the higher wisdom of the Ka light body activation, which will partly today as well be activated, restored. Basically, it's activating through the remembrance of our DNA. So if you feel any kind of more activity now around your head, in your head, like bigger streams of energy, because this is like this realignment through this reopening. Yes, and now she's coming in. Cosmic Mother Hawa, Hentia Luhwala Heki, Isis, Holua He, Waha Ekim, Alua Hetkin, Elek, yes, huge guardian of the mystery as well, yes, previous mystery schools here in this space we are right now, and she is holding this huge, massive crystal skull, yes, which is actually right now etheric for us, but she's holding it. I can see it. Hello, and she's saying it's very important that we're today reconnecting both and connecting both together, because she's saying one isn't working with another, and that's exactly the principles of the sacred teaching, which is well the high priestess here in Egypt knew very well about it, and it is the principle of the masculine feminine needs to be combined in their like wisdom to be transformed into knowledge to be transformed into wisdom. I hear yes, and yes, and she says it isn't enough to just have the love, and it isn't enough just to have the higher intelligence. It needs to be combined. And as she's holding this huge crystal skull, she's actually almost like taking us in. It's almost like the whole chamber is surrounded by it, like we would be inside the skull right now. Because she says this is the purification, yes, of this, she says, abuse of those wisdom streams which they created them, the separate powers. And yes, I closed, she as I, the Isis, Ahulake. She closed the stream before this could then destroy the rest of even Gaia's wisdom, because she is nothing else than as well another aspect, yes, and in devotion work with Gaia in unity, yes. And now, yes, as we're inside, you could say now, we've been now connected, yes, connected with this ancient skull, which is actually the missing link to connect with the rest, because it was before too much attuned to the masculine energy of knowledge and wisdom, and everyone who was searching through knowledge and wisdom to receive that wisdom couldn't open the key. It had to be both. And that's why we are in this constellation today, because we've been previous in this constellation as well as the feminine masculine aspects here to collaborate together again. And I just feel how this massive anchoring is happening, almost like bliss feeling in your cells, in your body system, and it's almost like an upgrade. She says there's nothing else to be done, because this part of the skull wisdom is actually surrender. So feel and receive. This will as well reconnect you back to all of your body elements, sacred parts of Gaia, which are vibrating within of your, yes, like the alchemy, yes, of your body systems. And just feel how it's almost like crystallizing in us instantly, the stream in which we are right now sitting all together in. And what I'm seeing as well now, that it's actually merging the king's chamber. It's like almost going deeper into the pyramids, like it wanna reach, yes, it's going that direction to touch and to merge with the queen's chamber. They're saying by us changing here the structure, because this was the block. By separating them, we are gonna create again the whole, yes, sacred space again through new geometric, yes, order, divine order, opening the space, and understand this is opening the spaces where within our body systems, within our brains, to get the higher sacred mind streams to the higher sacred heart streams, realignment. Ito shanana eakia, hokta sentiana hurakiata, uku shunu enta ia kea tana shana iarekana hua shua. Complete realignment with the original divine, yes, organic matrix system, grid of Gaia, Shanata, and feel, I can feel how this emerald green, almost like a organic frequency from beneath coming now gently, very slowly, almost like a slow movement, when we would say the a kind of kundalini movement, but very settled, very slowly. Yes, yeah, she's saying this will change the complete previous kundalini system as well, because our bodies are changing with the frequency for the new earth. Yes, new earth grid system, new bodies. Yes, Anton, no, urkunata and opening up the space, opening up the space. Yes, and what is now happening is actually the veils being removed around this space in which we're sitting. And so this means when we previous went into, also physically into the pyramids, it was closed to our eyes. We couldn't see. Yes, and it's almost like this activation right now removed the veils. Yes, yes, it's like opening massively the original portal of, yes, of, they say even Egypt in general. Yeah, and I can see a huge, massive cobra-like, yes, but it's one combined, going upwards to the sky or to source vibration. And we need to understand that we are actually right now as well activating the, yes, the kundalini of, from the previous earth body, also Gaia, into the new earth body. Yes, and it's a completely different energy. Yes, I didn't feel that yet in that way. Very, very slow, but very set and very peaceful. Yes, and it's almost like we activated a paradise garden inside, or if we want to say inside, in that space we are right now, which was before almost like just walls of the pyramids, but actually suddenly it opened up like a rich, this thing like a inner garden space, like completely rich, and suddenly they think Gaia has now space again as well to be received, because before it was almost, yes, through this power of power position, cut off and dismiss. Yes, this was as well then the degradation to the feminine energy. But you can't deny mother. So she is back. Yes, and I can feel now we are starting to bridge, all of us here in that space right now. I can feel we are bridging now like rainbow bridges to those other places on the planet. So this means I can feel already as well from South America coming in, yes, the ancestors' energies through this bridging. And this is as well what Bill, but as well Paul, yeah, all of you, all of us been saying actually, that we are now reconnecting all these other grid points, yes, which were as well waiting for this opening, because again, none could come back in their potential frequency without the other. Yes, Okura, Santana Eyakufa, Uriatana Haya Shushanatana, Okayata Tiata. I can feel like celebration frequency, Ikura, Aniatana Kiashakura Tana Ea, Equata Shiku Anataya. Yes, and more of these cults will return to us as we are returning to our own higher stream of divine intelligence. Yes, and like that as well, streaming in our higher states of being into physicality. This is then the alchemistic process, yes, of becoming more the new form, which is the crystalline light body. Yes, Guru, Santa, less density, and very much attuned back to the sacred qualities of Gaia, which are through the elements.
So Gabby, well, while Syed and I are here with the just past the sunset at this moment, yes, we can take people on a journey from where we are on the River Nile. Yes, you can imagine that we're on the River Nile, taking the journey towards the Sphinx in the boat from the River Nile to the Sphinx, around the Valley Temple. along the causeway, up to the pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
Are you continuing?
Therefore, carrying on up to the pyramid, and as we lead those who come in physical form to Egypt, to the pyramid, we take the steps up the outside of the pyramid, the old way, not the current way, the old way, up to the king's chamber on the outside of the pyramid. That's which was cased in limestone, into the king's chamber, through the outside door that is known to Said, but not known to those who see the pyramid. There's a doorway into the king's chamber from the outside that we can physically take people, right? Astral, physical, in through the doorway into the king's chamber, and physically we take people at this point, and we bring along the Ankh. Now this is important, Ankh, key of life. It's important to have the Ankh with you and when entering the king's chamber, because it contains the Jed, the backbone of Osiris, the power that we contain within us. The Kundalini rises up the backbone. The Wes, yes, which represents the eternal, the everlasting. And then the Ankh, the life. So the Jed, the Wes, and the Ankh, the power of everlasting life in crystalline form, opened up within us, within physical form, with the combination of the crystal skull consciousness combined as one, as a self-realized divine being. It's a source of the creator in physical form. So we bring that back to you.
Bill?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there anything you wish to add here?
I feel that it's doing the work,
Mm-hmm.
and all a part of it. It's a blessing. Each one that's here has a reason for being here, and each one of us have a gift that we have that we can put in together to make this special day even more special for not only ourselves, but for humanity and for all the galactic energies throughout the universe, bringing them to all together. So it's a blessing to all of us and all of you. And it's coming through with joy and love and happiness. And feel this, like you say, this really gentle but very powerful light of love that's touching all of our hearts and our minds and our soul. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you too. And still, for everyone who is still tuning in, I'm now gently just closing this really powerful gateway. And when I say closing, as you said, the process is still running, but just to bring you in, if you had your eyes closed, just bringing you at 5 back into your body, into this now moment, with all received on your particular own way. 4, and you're just diving deeper into your body now. 3, much more conscious of the space you're in and were before. 2, even more present with your own self here and now. And 1, fully back anchored in the here and now moment, from wherever you started this journey to receive the transmission in your own particular way. So it is completed. Done.
The connection between the other 12 skulls open now, and much blessings to all those great beings that have joined us on this. Thank you.
Thank you. And from Syed and I in Egypt as well, in terms of anchoring you and the crystal skull, the 12 skulls, within the King's Chamber here at Egypt, we give our love and blessings to you as well.
To everyone, yes. Love and light to everyone. From Giza Pyramid Plateau.
Yeah.
Happy and very grateful. I'll be with you today. and really the consciousness is the very rising as the pyramid, as the Amur Ra, and yes, all is connection, all is love, all is light. Welcome. Say.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
all of you. And we're closing now all of our transmission points back into the now moment. Thank you for all who tuned in, and may it serve you well.
Let me hold that for a second. Yeah.
That's perfect, Bill. Absolutely perfect, because that is a key component
The
with
key,
the crystal skull. Key component. Yeah, forgive my pun. So we hold that for as well.
Yes, I'm gonna be in Egypt in May. If you're around, I'd love to meet with you guys.
Absolutely, Bill. Let's talk. We'll organize something for that. That would be perfect.
You're welcome.
Absolutely welcome.
Oh, that sounds, it is such a beautiful day and such a powerful day, and it's so nice to be together. I think I should say be together again, because I feel that we've been on this path for eons. We're just like, you're meeting your spiritual family, and it's a blessing to have meet you guys, met all of you. Yeah, and thank you, Gabby, for all that you're doing for the world.
We'll come to Slovenia too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome to Egypt. You have the King of Egypt here, King of Giza, who's a great guide around the pyramids as well with Syed. So absolutely look forward to talking to you about May. Yeah.
I'm not a king. I'm simple. I'm just stone of the pyramid.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so
The
much
voice of the pyramid.
for today, closing this beautiful transmission, and much love, blessings, and just bliss of unity around the world. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Assalama.
Thank you.
Assalama.
Much
Bye-bye.
love.
Bye-bye. Wow.
So